Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was my return day of the week, Thursday, the 3rd of October, 2024. An interesting streaming day, because today I only had one game on the agenda, and that was Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered. And it was an interesting, experience with it. We had highs and lows today, which I'll talk about. But let's start talking about the podcast, which is what, began our day. The podcast was a pretty chunky one because I talked about a bunch of stuff that my wife and I did on our day off, a bunch of gaming news, including stories about The Sims 4, Silent Hill 2 Remake, Metaphor, and more. Plus, an update on some nonsense with COG and other stuff going on. So, it was a pretty chunky, lengthy show. I've done 3 different clips for you. One on the Metaphor situation on if I should play it, one on the COG situation, and one on The Sims 4. Hope you'll enjoy those overnight as they go live on the channel if you haven't already watched the entirety of the podcast. Then, on the first stream, we jumped into Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster on the PC, immediately having technical issues. Audio was popping in and out and having issues in the opening cutscenes and problems there with the story elements. Then, the frame rate had completely tanked when I finally got to control Frank for the first time. So, tons of problems right from the get-go. After tweaking it to turn off this really weird input delay feature and changing the audio from home theater to TV, it seemed to fix the issues, and then the game ran smoothly pretty much for the rest of the day, except for one game crash that happened during a boss fight. But lucky for me, because of the improvements of the game, it didn't really affect stuff. So, in a nutshell, what are the improvements to the game? The graphics are significantly improved. The character models, are completely redone. Particularly the psychopaths stand out more interestingly now with their crazy, exaggerated faces and the like. It just looks way more realistic and fun, while the original game was very cartoony and weird. The survivors, they actually are not brain dead stupid anymore, although they're not all smart, and some of them are dumb and will still get themselves killed, which happened to me tonight. For the most part, if you just keep yelling, follow me, they will fight their way through the zombies and follow you to the safe room, so that's obviously a big asset. Controls, they have been improved for the most part. Now, Frank moves more like a modern game, and the gunplay particularly is the most improved thing. Previously, to try to shoot anyone with a gun in this game was a huge chore. Now it very much plays almost identically to other third-person shooters, with the only difference being zooming in and out with like the sniper is still like the D-pad. But outside of that, it's actually quick and fast to aim and fire when previously it took so long, and it makes certain parts of the game way easier, okay? And I think the most improved part of the game, checkpoints. Previously with Dead Rising 1, the major issue was if you die during a fight, if a survivor idiotically gets eaten or killed, and if something ends, you have to start from your last save file without exception, right? Like, there's just no exceptions to that. You must go back to a save, and a lot of the times in the game, you just can't get to a save room quickly. You're doing a big leg of stuff, and the next thing you know, you have to replay a significant amount of gameplay. And I remember this very, very much frustrating me in my original run 8 years ago. Now that's been repaired and fixed. Now you could just resume from a quick save point. For example, a couple of times this helped me today. One time, I had a bunch of survivors with me, but the only way to get across the mall was to go through the open central courtyard, and the prisoner psychopaths were there in my face, immediately attacking me, and then as they did, zombies just ganged up on me and immediately insta-killed me. So I actually legit had no opportunity to do anything but die. And it's like, wow, that's pretty bad that the game really wasn't fair in that regard. Well, now you get a checkpoint. So, yeah, they got the drop on me the first time. The second time, I knew where they were coming, and I tried to run out of the way and actually was able to fight them off. So it made it significantly improved that experience. Now, another time, I was fighting a psychopath inside of the grocery store, and, not any fault of mine, the game crashed. The game crashes, I'm like, now, if this didn't have a checkpoint, I would have to go back to a save and probably do a significant amount of gameplay over. Instead, when I booted the game back up, we start right at the entrance of the door that leads to the boss fight because of the checkpoint system. I was like, so to give you some perspective here, 4.5 hours of gameplay of Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster today. I am just under halfway through the game. We're in the middle of day 2. I'm level like 22. I have all these abilities unlocked. We're basically at the point of the game where all the cultists start showing up in the mall now. which makes it harder. And obviously, you know, the amount of bodies and everything is pretty insane. But yeah, like now, it's just so much easier to play. And without having to redo all that gameplay because of trial and error and saving, I think it significantly cut hours and hours off my playthrough. Like the original run, I remember having problems with 2 or 3 particular things early on that this time around, I just beat right away, no problem. So that's obviously a huge help, right? That now the controls are better, the graphics are better, the response is better, Frank is moving better, the survivors aren't dunces, checkpoints, just makes it a better game. So I'm having a great time with it. And the audience today seemed to be in line with me. I had good attendance on my streams all day. The first stream, we did not hit the support goal, but we still got a good level of support that I was happy with. Second stream, we did hit the support goal because someone came by and gave me a significantly large tip, which I really appreciated. So, yeah, it was a great day. I'm really enjoying the game. We continue the playthrough this coming Saturday. Okay? So, great day today. Really great return day to play Dead Rising all day. Got us into the spooky vibe of the Halloween horror season. And, you know, can't wait for more. So, speaking of more, what's next? Well, tomorrow we'll have a chill level 1 podcast in the morning. And then we're going to return back to the Metaphor Ray Fantasio demo. We are in the one major optional dungeon available in the demo right now. From what I don't understand, it's difficult. But if you get through it, you level up a lot. You get good items and stuff. So it's kind of significantly worth it to do it. So I can't wait to do more of that tomorrow because I'm in the midst of it and it's fun. It's turn-based combat. Excellent stuff going on. So I can't wait for that. Will we have a lot of attendance and support? Probably not. It seems like this game, sadly, is not going to get it. You'll see in the clip that I made for my podcast today that I kind of expressed my sadness and disappointment that in modern times, I can't seem to get an audience to like JRPGs. It doesn't really matter which one it even is. You just don't really come out to engage or support with them. And it's sad because I love them. But I am going to finish up this demo. So that's the daytime stream tomorrow. Tonight is Friday Night Fights. On Friday night, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, it's the return of the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. So prepare for Marvel vs. Capcom 1, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, maybe some Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter for the first time besides that one time that I randomly played it. And, of course, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is the big one. And I'm looking forward to more of that because it's been a little while since we played it. So it should be a good time. Hope that you guys will join me for it tomorrow, all right? And then Dead Rising will resume on Saturday for those who want more. Everyone, thank you. Great streaming day. 0 complaints. Had a great time. I hope you did too. Please have a good evening. I'll see you in the morning for another full and fun day of gameplay fun here on DSP Gaming. Peace out.